welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. We're talking about something a little different today. Of course, if you've got a real estate question, you can always call us 24/7. You can call us at 281-882-8088, and we'll be happy to answer your real estate questions on the air every Sunday between 11 and 12. But I want to talk with Gordy Bunch today. He is the founder, president, and CEO of the Woodlands Financial Group, and he also is the treasurer of the Woodlands Township, and he's up for re-election, an unopposed candidate for re-election in the Woodlands, and want to talk kind of about the township, how it's structured, what they have going on out there. He's also the treasurer of the Woodlands Township. So really a lot of interesting things. What I hear the most controversy over when people move into the area, when they're relocating here, they don't understand the structure of the Woodlands Township. And a lot of the people who are even living there, I found, don't really get it, don't really understand it. And I've heard it even referred to as a glorified HOA. So I want to get a lot of good information today from Gordy and get some clarification on what exactly the Woodlands Township is and what they do. So welcome to the show, Gordy. Thanks for coming in and joining us.
Well, thank you, Shannon. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the Woodlands, how it's structured, because I know it's very different from City of Houston, and you've got Montgomery County surrounding the township that makes a lot of decisions that affect the township. So tell us about the whole township and how it works.
Well, first of all, I think that the term glorified HOA is somewhat accurate. When you look at the township, is founded as a master plan community, heavily relied on multiple homeowners associations to put in place covenants and recreational amenities for the residents. So if you go back to before we were a township, most of our residents paid a homeowners association fee. We had parks and recreation that was funded out of that. We had our deed restrictions and our covenants that are enforced from that. And after the annexation of Kingwood, our residents woke up and said, we don't want to become part of Houston. So there was a very concerted effort on the part of Texas State Senator Tommy Williams and our state rep, Rob Eisler, to create legislation that would enable the Woodlands to incorporate at some point in time and become our own full-blown city.
So that was voted on? That
was voted on, and we have transition now from multiple HOAs and a town center improvement district. A lot of entities got combined into what today is known as the Woodlands Township. It is the only township in the state of Texas, so
it's very unique.
I understand people that move here being confused about what a township would be, even if they're from our state. There are townships in other states that act just like municipalities, but we are the only one in Texas. And it's very unique, and there are some benefits to the way that we are currently governed. One of those is we eliminated the homeowners association dues. So pre-township, you paid up to 50 cents, 100 homeowners association dues. It was non-tax deductible because it was an association due.
Right.
Today, all the services that were provided underneath that association fee is now a tax. And when is a tax better than a fee?
When it can be deducted.
When it can be deducted and when the cost goes down. So over the past 3 years that I've been on the board for budget processes, we've been able to reduce the tax rate. And today our tax rate is 25 cents per hundred. So if you look at being a resident long-term for the Woodlands, we've cut the cost of the same services and amenities that were provided prior to the township in half.
That's good. That's very good. So maybe that's why you're running unopposed.
I hope
people
that
like
helps.
that.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the decision making that goes into Woodlands Township. What type of decisions are you faced with as a township?
Well, we have everything from parks and recreational pools. We have 200 miles of pathways. We have a park and ride system that we took over last year from Brazos Transit District. So when you see those Woodlands Express buses that go out of our community to downtown and the medical center, we operate those.
Okay. So that's not part of Metro.
It's not part of Metro.
And y'all are funding that?
We are managing a federal funding for that, and it's also a fare-based system.
Okay.
From my understanding, it was one of the top two most successful park and rides in the country.
That's good.
So we have a high demand and a high utilization of that service. I think 2,800 local riders a day use that bus service into town. We administer the trolley system that's in our town center that goes around the Woodlands Mall and over to Market Street.
That's free, right?
That's a free service as well. And then we have a Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is a separate board of which 3 of the township board members are appointed to.
Okay, and you're appointed as the chairman of the Woodlands Convention and Visitors Bureau, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and in that board, we are in charge of trying to draw tourism and conventions into our area to help increase our hotel tax revenues and our sales tax revenues and utilization of our local retail and restaurants.
And I heard recently that the Marriott is going to be doing a large renovation. Is that true?
Not the Marriott, the Woodlands Resort and Conference Center.
The Resort and Conference Center, okay.
Has already,
they have big plans, right?
They have a $70 million renovation underway.
Yeah, that's big.
They opened what is the second largest lazy river in Texas. I think they missed the mark by a few feet, but if you haven't been out to staycation at the Woodlands Resort, I highly recommend that.
Okay.
We have close to 12 million square feet of commercial space and 12 million square feet of retail.
And it's going quick.
It is a high density, high occupancy rate, which is fantastic for a local economy. I know on the housing side, which is what your listeners are looking at, I think there's less than 2 months of inventory.
Yeah.
So
and not a lot of room to grow.
It's a seller's market, but we are looking for excellent buyers to become local citizens, so please consider.
And Anadarko is going to be building more towers, right? They built the second tower.
They built the second tower. They have additional land that they have capacity to build more on. I believe they've already filled up their second tower.
Yeah.
We have an oil and gas boom that is really driving a lot of that growth, but we also aren't all oil and gas. We have the hospital district now that's been developed around the Woodlands, where you have Memorial Hermann, St. Luke's. We just broke ground for a Texas Children's Hospital, and we have a Methodist hospital coming out there as well.
Okay, where's the Methodist hospital going to be?
It's going to be on the east side of 45, south of 242. So right on that corner of 242 and I-45 on the southeast side.
Now, we've talked a little bit about, on the show, we've talked about Proposition 1. Is there any benefit for you guys with Proposition 1?
Directly as a township, we don't administer roads or bridges, but it would be a benefit to our community should the county or TxDOT prioritize projects in our area. A couple examples of that would be we need I-45 capacity increased coming through there. We have some bridge construction we need expanded over Gosling and Kirkendall, which would join Harris County and Montgomery County together more effectively. And then there's a Holsworth, or I think that's the name. There's a bridge connecting, proposed to put the Exxon campus into the Grogan's Mill area of the Woodlands, and that would give some good egress in and out of that area as well.
Any plans for revitalization in some of the older neighborhoods in the Woodlands?
A lot of speculation about that today, that the older community, we just turned 40 last weekend. So happy birthday to the Woodlands. October 19th, 74. And so when you have 40-year-old housing and you built the community off as a HUD project where you had low-income housing and now you have high-income housing combined, there is a demand to increase the middle-income housing and the high luxury items around the golf courses.
Right.
So there is speculation that there will be some tear down and rebuilds in that area coming in the future.
Good. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, Gordy Bunch. He is the Woodlands Township chairman of the Woodlands Convention and Visitors Bureau, and he is up for re-election of the Woodlands Position 1 in the Woodlands Township. And the website, if you want to learn more about Gordy Bunch, you can go to gordybunch.com or the Woodlands Township -tx.gov. That's a long one. All right. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate the great information about the Woodlands Township.
Yep. Thanks, Shannon.
You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. If you've got a real estate question, give us a call, 281-882-8088, and you can find us online at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com.